Hello, my name is Dheeraj Sahi and I am going to give a presentation on comprehensive compliance and regulatory policy for social media management, a multi-platform governance framework addressing compliance and risk control across Facebook, TikTok, Instagram and YouTube. So my module name is ST605CAM, Security Management. Let's look forward for agenda and structure, and you can look in the first section. We have introduction and policy scope, regulatory frameworks, risk assessment and methodology, data privacy and protection, content management and influencers, monitoring and incident response, training and culture, conclusion and recommendations. Now let's move forward to executive summary. Now we have agency scale 200 plus, manage social accounts, critical threat area, failure to government compliant risk, regulatory action exceeding $500 million plus under FTC guidelines, and GDPR fines of pound 20 million or 4% of global annual turnover. The strategic purpose was this compliance policy builds a robust enterprise-grade governance structure designed to protect client IP, maintain privacy standard across 4 major platforms: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and avoid catastrophic litigations, and NIST CSF 2.0 integration. Rather than relying on basic platform defaults, our policy is explicitly aligned to the 5 core functions of the NIST cybersecurity framework: identity, protect, detect, respond, and recover. Multi-platform action plan. This addresses native vulnerabilities of distinct channels: data harvesting TikTok, consumer protection FTC/Instagram, copyright monetization YouTube, content ID, and corporate authorization provides Facebook. The purpose and scope of the policy is, first look at primary purpose. This policy establishes a rigorous, unified, and mandatory framework for the secure and compliant administration, monitoring, and monetization of all social media profiles. By implementing clear compliance guardrails, the agency ensures complete alignment with global security best practices, protecting both client assets and agency operations. Core functions area are brand integrity, data sovereignty, regulatory protection, and applicability and scope are personal covered, mandatory for all permanent employees or part-time staff, contract influencers, third-party media buyers, and administrators representing the agency. Platforms impacted are applies immediately to Facebook pages, TikTok accounts, Instagram professional profiles, and YouTube channels managed globally. Data scope are governs tracking cookies, pixel events, contact form logs, viewer comments, private direct messages, and analytics metrics gathered via these channels. And the importance of compliance and key objectives. Strategic pillars were legal and financial, preventing massive enforcement actions, litigation losses, and class actions. Brand and reputation, ensuring corporate and client brand stays safe from user manipulation and public backflashes. Operational efficiency, streamlining permission and access to drastically reduce manual overhead and use error. 7 critical policy objectives are: secure profile configuration across every platform to block unauthorized takeovers, establish bulletproof consent pipelines that conform directly to GDPR and CCPA, govern age restricted and child directed ad spaces strictly under COPPA policies, enforces FTC compliant endorsement disclosures across all sponsored collaborations, deploy standardized active content moderation schemes to filter toxicity and hate, maintain complete legal protection for copyright and intellectual property assets, and at last we have formulate response playbooks for platform bans, breaches, and critical leaks. And let's look for NIST CSF 2.0 mapping to social media. First we have assess management, identify. We have to maintain a centralized real-time inventory of all 200 plus active client social channels, define explicit ownership matrices and distinct user access tools across Facebook, Business Manager, YouTube, Creative Studio, and TikTok ads. Next we have protect identity and access control, and third we have detect anomalous monitoring, and fourth we have incident mitigation, and at fifth number we have recover resilience and restoration, that initiates reputation rebuild campaigns to restore public trust, run post incident security forensics to harden defensive architectures, update staff training modules, and document audit ready logs. GDPR key principles and social media requirements. GDPR core principles: lawfulness, fairness, and transparency, purpose limitation and data minimization, storage limitation and accuracy. Social media actions are consent first tracking, block all Meta pixels, TikTok pixels, and Google tag structure until the visitor explicitly gives positive options in consent via an interactive cookie manager. Data protection agreements: establish joint controller and data processing agreements (DPAS) with Facebook and TikTok, delineating structural compliance responsibilities. Lead form protection: directly embed clear links to the current client's privacy policy inside all Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok lead ad forms. CCPA California Consumer Privacy Act. California consumers rights: right to know, right to delete, right to opt out. Social media action, as you can see, opt out link integration, limited data use mode, inquiry and request pipelines. COPPA Children's Online Privacy Protection. COPPA compliance mandates. COPPA strictly governs the online collection of personal data from children under the age of 13. Operator must obtain verifiable parental consent before harvesting data. Key prohibitions: ads targeting using demographic matrices or cookies on child-detected profiles, collecting physical location, voice recordings, phone numbers, or images without direct consent, passive harvesting via interactive plugins, games, or social widgets. Required age getting controls: YouTube Kid detected flag, Instagram and Facebook age restrictions, TikTok audience getting. FTC guidelines: endorsement and advertising. FTC endorsement rules: the Federal Trade Commission requires a complete disclosure of all financial, personal, or employment connection between advertisers and endorsers. Required disclosure standards are approved terminology, placement boundaries, paid partnership tools, and risk assessment methodology. The risk equation: risk score formula L into I, likelihood into impact equals to score 1 to 25. All identified threats are cataloged, analyzed, and mapped to a standardized scale to drive prioritize enforcement or close. Likelihood rating 1 to 5. 1 means rare, 2 unlikely, 3 possible, 4 likely, and 5 uncertain. Impact severity rating 1 to 5. 1 negligible, 2 minor, 3 moderate, 4 major, and 5 catastrophic. Facebook specific risk assessment: unauthorized page takeover. Risk level high, likelihood 3, impact 4, score equals to 12 by 25. Metapixel data harvesting: pixel level tracking executed prior to user consent, violates CCPA, GDPR, leading to severe financial penalties and legal liability. Risk level critical, likelihood 4, impact 4, score 16 out of 25. Unauthorized ad spending: incorrect audience tagging or spend threshold execution, leading to rapid loss of client campaign budgets and operational damage. Risk level medium, likelihood means 3, impact means 3, score is 9 out of 25. And at last we have legal IP trademark infringement: accidental dissemination on approved client creative assets or music clips, lacking proper licensing clearance, violating copyright laws. Risk level medium, likelihood 2, impact 4, score is 8 out of 25. TikTok and Instagram risk assessment: TikTok security and data risk under 13 age harvesting, platform level data exfiltration, Instagram consumer trust risk, deceptive influencer endorsement, copyright strike infringements. YouTube specific risk assessment are as follows: content ID claims and strikes, inbound COPPA violations, toxic and hate comment exposures. And cross platform risk register: top 10 critical high risk you can see over there. Facebook Metapixel, non-compliant data collection, core impact is direct breach of GDPR Art 6, CCPA potential class action suits. Formula: likelihood into impact 4 into 4 equals to 16 score, which risk rating is critical, and you can see of TikTok as well as YouTube as well as Facebook, followed by Instagram too over there. And platform specific data protection measures. Meta Business should deploy role-based permission, strictly restricting admin access to approved IP subnets, ensure mandatory two-factor authentication on every connected employee personal profile, audit partner shares quarterly. And TikTok Ad Manager block device level location sharing on agency management phones, activate LDO limited data use parameters to restrict target data flowing back to external TikTok server instance. Instagram professional controls mandatorily block comment links and direct message harvesting tools only approved via DPA, disable automated algorithmic audience suggestion inside local ensets. And YouTube Google admin controls channel credentials must link directly to the corporate Google Workspace SSO, require strict creator permissions, split owners, managers and editors, deactive loose legacy passwords. And we have user consent mechanisms, consent collection pipeline, all prospective marketing list, pixel analytic trackers and direct messenger funnels must require unambiguous, affirmative and granular opts in action from the end user. The three mandatory steps: granular choices, verifiable logging, immediate withdrawal. Consent management rules: no pre-ticket box elements, DPA integrations, consent auditing excludes. Data storage encryption and transmission. Industrial encryption standard they are AES 256 and TLS 1.3. Secure database storage policies leads records retrieved via Facebook, leads, chains, ads or TikTok forms must be instantly integrated into our secure Postgres SQL CRM database. And transmission and API pipelines. Data in transit between social media platforms, Meta APIs, TikTok webhooks and the central agency database must mandate complete TLS 1.3 encryption. Content creation and moderation guidelines. Content creation ground rules. There are three. And first one is tone and professionalism, no unlicensed material, and vetting workflows. Active community moderation, keyword moderation engines, zero hate speech tolerance, and interaction monitoring logs. Copyright and trademark compliance. That means IP clearance principle. Using unlicensed, unauthorized, or fair use argued music tracks, commercial clip loops, or stock photos in brand advertising is strictly illegal, which means illegal. DMCA safe harbor protocols. All agency uploads must be routed through verified corporate asset libraries like Epidemic Sound or Shutterstock Commercial. If a DMCA takedown notices lands, immediately isolate the video and notify legal within 2 hours. IP betting checklists. Commercial music licensing, trademark inspections, and client villages approvals. Influencer marketing compliance. Required compliance checklists are all contracted influencer must adhere strictly to this disclosures checklist before posting any paid collaboration on behalf of any clients. Mandatory disclosures location: Instagram stories, TikTok videos, YouTube videos. Contractual compliance clauses: FTC indemnification clauses, pre-posting approval loops, audit and takedown rights. Compliance monitoring procedures are automated active scanning, manual compliance audits, executive compliance reviews. Reporting protocols and incident response phases. First phase 1 is detection and identification. Second phase, containment and isolation. Third phase, eradication and mitigation. Fourth phase, recovery and hardening. Incident categorization and escalation. Category 1 minor, Category 2 major, and Category 3 crisis. Disciplinary acts and penalties. Enforcement policy. This compliance framework is fully mandatory. Deliberate bypasses, hidden trackers, unapproved influencer contracts, or security negligence are handled with zero tolerance. The compliance promises our goal is risk mitigation, while minor accidents are corrected with coaching. Systematic commissions or deliberate cover-ups trigger immediate unaligned termination. 3 strike penalties escalation. First offense, written warning. Second offense, suspension. Third offense, termination. Training program structure 5 levels. First level, compliance orientation. Second level, platform practices. Third level, data and privacy. Fourth level, creative and influencer. Fifth level, crisis and executive, where reserved for directors, PR and legal leads. Covers containment, necessarily playbooks, breaches, breach disclosures, and public positioning. 10 core training modules: corporate governance and security. They are policy and framework induction, credential security and access control, active threat identification, platform security settings. In fifth, we have incident lockdown and containment, and legal and regulatory compliance. We have M6, Module 6, data protection and GDPR rules, CCPA privacy compliance, COPPA kit, directed advertising, FTC sponsored disclosure, IP and licensing clearance. Fostering a culture of compliance. Tone from the top. Compliance is not just a checklist. It is the foundational bedrock of all platform management. The leadership team is committed to giving employees the resources, systems, and backing to make the right choice. They speak of commitment. No client partnership or target conversion risks or the legal bypass. If you ever detect a non-compliance or find a security vulnerability, stop, report it, and know that you will be protected. He also anchored psychological safety, continuous feedback cycles, and incentivized excellence. And in conclusion, policy summary, we have strategic pillars. On unified framework integrates NIST CSF 2.0 with GDPR, CCPA, COPPA, and FTC. Risk first actions. Prioritize multi-platform vulnerabilities through rigorous scoring model, organizational hardening. Ensure complete compliance via 10 robust training modules. The path forward: by implementing this comprehensive policy, the agency hardens its operational security posture across all 200 plus active client channels. Compliance is not just an impediment to creativity or reach, it is the ultimate enabler of corporate growth and client trust. Standardizing our operation events prevents the major regulatory action, litigation, and platform disruption. Enterprise protection assurance. A secure, privacy first brand protection sets the stage for flawless campaign execution and world class creator collaboration. Recommendation and action plan roadmap. Immediate next 30 days, my enforce mandatory multi-factor across all 200 plus profiles, block tracking cookies prior to active user option in, establish 1 hour containment SLA protocols. In next 90 days, we have to deploy level 1 to 4 staff compliance training modules, deploy keyword block list moderation filters, sign standardized DPAS with platform partners. After 180 plus days, establish automated compliance dashboard engines, transition completely to SSO profile mapping, audit all historical influencer campaign fields. And references and regulatory citations were written from over here. Cybersecurity and global frameworks are listed over down, and consumer protection and advertising references are listed over there. So thank you. That much was for today's presentation. If you have any queries, feel free to ask. Have a good day ahead. Bye bye.